Thanks for stopping back by Wild Bird Creative. I have my composition journal here, and this is where I practice with different techniques, color palettes, ideas, compositions, and I love it because, I mean, what do these cost? 99 cents, 2 for $1, and you can do a lot of things in them. I mean, you can try just different layouts and mark making and see what you like. Now, they're not the sturdiest thing in the world, I will say that. Paint tends to really soak through, but still, you can get a good idea of whether you like something or not. And I mean, sometimes I do things just on one side, sometimes I do double spreads. I mean, this one is all a background of security envelopes. Nothing fancy, just fun stuff. So I'm going to do another one here, and I'm going to do it on just a piece of brown craft paper for the background. Just because I had some of that packing material lying around, I didn't want to throw it into the recycling bin, and it does make for a nice surface to work on. You can add paint on top of it, and it doesn't soak through or make the mess that it would if you are just putting it onto the composition page. Give this a roll. Put a little bit on the corners here just to make sure things are down well enough. So there we go. I mean, that's your background right there. You've already got part of the step done. Now what I'm going to do is I've got one of my, I think it's Simon Says. It's a foam block that you can make your own stamps on, and it's fun. I mean, when you don't like it or you're tired of it, you can just heat it up again with the little Ranger Ink craft tool and make another one. And it just makes a very nice soft pattern. And I'm getting it so that it's really irregular. I'm not covering the whole thing evenly, so it kind of fades out. But I mean, that's just a little cube pattern from some gift box, you know, those metal gift trays that you get. And I just wanted to use it and have some impressions made. And I'm going to do a little more stamping here. And this is just kind of an odd mix of chevrons, squares, and circles. And I'm doing it in a sepia tone so that it just has a little bit of difference to it. It's not just black on black. And let me do one more up here. I'm just going to turn this a little bit. And I'll just come in here. And I am masking off my edge a little bit because I want to keep it just to this craft paper background. So there we go. Sepia and Morning Mist and a couple stamps. And I have a background started. Now, let's look at what we want to put on it. I'm thinking I do want to go bold. So I have a scrap from my bin. And I'm just going to tear it into pieces and decide where I want it. And this is just the fun of a composition notebook journal, junk journal, whatever you want to call it. You can just kind of fiddle around and see what it is that you like. And I don't fuss too much with it because these pages aren't going to be torn out and framed. On the flip side, I can make notes if I want. If I did a particular color palette and want to make notes, I can. There's a lot of flexibility in this. Let's tear a little bit off of here. And right across here. And I think I'll put that one right there. So there I've got a pop of color and some stamping, and now I'm going to add some more. And I'm going to grab my soft pastels, and I'm going to come in with white. And I'm just going right over and creating a very irregular line. And I can do a couple different things. I can smear it with my hand. I can use water. I can also use clear gesso. Clear gesso is great because it will set the pastels to some degree, but I'm just going to smudge it. Again, it's my junk journal. If it comes off on the other side, it's not going to show because it's white, and it doesn't really matter anyhow. This just lightens it up a little bit. I may even add a few pink lines in here. Just to bring a little bit more detail in. It lets me see if I like that. If I don't, pastels you can pretty much rub out. I could also cover it with more paper. There we go. Let me put that right away so I know where it is. And I'm thinking I want some blue on top. So I have my Moonlight Duo, and this has a nice blue side. And I'm going to use my running stitch stamp and just come in, and I'm only inking part of it. Let me move it up here. Not only because there's the white on the other side, but because I want to just control the amount that I'm using. Let me turn this upside down here because I want it in that corner. And I think I'm going to put one there too. There, that's all I want of that. Just a little bit of detail. Put the cover back on that. And then I'm going to use my zigzag stitch. And this one is just long enough that I have to put it diagonal on my acrylic block. Can make it a little harder when you start working in towards the gutter, but that's okay. Again, this is just a practice journal where you see what you like. Just having fun. That is what this is all about. Now, some people like to sew in their journals. I don't want to pull my sewing machine out. I want to just come down, create, and have fun. There we go. Let me set that aside so that I remember to clean it. And I'm thinking it needs one more thing. I'm not sure what. Maybe a little bit of, I've got some tape here. I think I will just add if I can get it out. I think I'll just add this one. It's kind of a nice color. And I'll pull it down and snip it off. And I'm going to run it right there. And then I think I'll grab one more of these. This one just has some text on it. Let's see, there's the edge right there. There we go. Pull a few of these down. I'm going to put this upside down. Right there. And maybe I will, I don't like how that edge looks. Let me lift him up and trim him off. He's a little raggedy. There we go, that's better. I don't know if I want to add a stamp or not. He kind of works there. So, you know what? Why not? And I'll put it sideways. And there we have it. Now I've taken away from this what colors I like, how they work together, what I might want to change if I develop something like this into a longer video, or I might even decide, wow, I really like this part of it. I'm going to use just that kind of composition. Get yourself one of these notebooks, have a good time, play, be free, do whatever you want. It's yours. You never have to show it to anybody. And it's a great place to recycle things that are headed into the garbage stream. Just have fun. Thanks for stopping by. Wild Bird Creative.